Welcome to the Lowell Area Historical Museums along Main Street, a past and present history of the Lowell business community. Today is Thursday, April 6, 2023, and we are at 216 East Main Street. This nonfiction story of the building begins with Vachel Young opening a grocery store in 1873. Numerous chapters followed with titles such as Charlie's McCarthy and Company Meats, The Cream Station in 1938, Oliver Farm Supply in 1949, and one of my favorites, Pfluger's Bakery in 1969, to mention a few. Today we're going to explore the world of literature with Nicole Litwith here at Bettie Page's. Welcome. Now, I know you had a beginning not in this building, but
yes.
You had a very, very, very tough start to your business. So why don't you tell us a little history before you came here?
Yeah, so we were in a different building down the way, and I walked in on our 9th day open, and it was literally raining inside the building. There was like, there was about like 17 or 18 different like active leaks happening throughout the building, and I was just like, I just left my job and put all of my money into studying this business, and it's raining in here, and books and water don't go well together. So that was a disaster. And luckily, this space had just put up a for rent sign, and I had seen it the day before the leak happened, and I was like, that space seems nice, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, amazing that you had the intestinal fortitude to keep stringing, like you said, you invested all this money, and I got this. So when did you move into this building?
Yeah, so we moved in here in February of 2020, and we opened like mid-February. It was right around Valentine's Day.
Well, you've gone from a building with rain coming through it to a beautiful, beautiful store here of books. It's just amazing in here.
Thank you.
So how did you decide on Bettie Page's? Where did you come up with a name for that?
Yeah, so Bettie Page was a pinup artist in the 50s and 60s, and I've just always really been fascinated with that part of our history and that kind of aesthetic. And so when I was trying to open, think of a name for the bookstore, I'm terrible at naming things. So it was actually my best friend who came up with it's a fun pun off of her name.
Okay, awesome. How would you describe your business?
So we are an inclusive, mission-driven indie bookstore. So we are all about making sure that our shelves reflect the diversity of both our community and the wider world, and just having lots of really great books to raise the next generation, and as well as just encourage readers of all ages.
Yeah, if you come in here, when you come in, you have to come in here, believe me, because there is just an amazing assortment of great literature here. And the special thing I like about here, she has 2 cats.
We do. They live their best life. They love
What are their names, by the way?
Bettie and Paige.
Oh,
Yep. People would always come in asking if my name was Betty, and now I can point to the cat and say that's Betty.
Easy to remember.
Exactly.
So what makes your business unique? I looked at your website earlier. You have, just to mention a couple you could talk about, but you have Mystery Book Box, you have Challenge Your Shelf, et cetera. So tell us a little bit about some of those.
Yeah, so we like to encourage readers to kind of, like I said, explore the wider world and read books that maybe they wouldn't normally pick up. So our reading challenge is a year-long reading challenge called Challenge Your Shelf, and each month has a different theme, and then we make recommendations for adults, YA, kids, and middle grade, which is about like that elementary middle school range. And then people can read whatever books that they want from it, and they get stickers each month, and then at the end of the year they get the access to either. Last year we did a t-shirt, this year we're thinking about doing a coffee mug.
Great. How about your book clubs there too?
So we have one that meets virtually. That started during COVID, and I only had the capacity to do one virtual book club because we were all on Zoom way too much. It's just happened to stay on Zoom because we have people who participate from New York and Alaska and just kind of all over. So that's a cozy mystery book club, which are mysteries where the blood and guts happens off page, and the person who's solving the crime is usually like a little old lady or like a crafter or something just kind of fun and silly like that. We also have a nonfiction reading book club, which is really tied to our challenge. And then our third one is a polyamory book club.
Yeah, you have also Pay Forward and a unique calendar that she has all kinds of events that you can check out and visit here. So why did you decide to come to Lowell?
Yeah, so we actually moved here, 6-7 years ago now. My husband works in Ionia. At the time I was working in Grand Rapids, and we did the Venn diagram of where we were both willing to commute from, and Lowell kind of happened to be the spot.
All right. Do you know anything about the previous owner?
Book truck, so that way we can do school book fairs and just different events and things like that, and have a mobile Bettie Pages to go with us. Someday I'd love to own the building and kind of do a bit of rehab to the front to make it look a little bit more like the original, but who knows?
Well, I could see you talking about history. I've read a little bit about the history back in the old days where the ladies went around
yeah.
on the horses.
Yep.
I could see you probably doing that if we were back in the 1800s.
Get books to where people need them.
Yeah, those are quite great stories. It's a great book
Yep.
I read a little while back. Well, we would like to thank Nicole for spending her time with us today and allowing us to share her passion of literature for all ages with us. Make sure to visit her media sites to enjoy Bettie Page's, a bookstore designed to create community. The Lowell Area Historical Museum is open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. You can also visit our website, lowellmuseum.org, to enjoy more along Main Street stories, as well as the Oral History Project, interviews with Lowell communities. See you along Main Street. Also, I want to put in Nicole's one of her favorite quotes from Frank Zappa. So many books, so little time to read.
This is true.
So, see you along Main Street. Cheers.
I'd forgotten that was a Frank Zappa quote. Look at that.
Well, we're back here in the area. We're in the young kids section, and it's pretty, as you can see by the mural back here, it's a pretty wild place.
Yes.
So she's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the mural was actually done by a local artist who is the same artist who did our logo, Devin Dumond. And when I wanted to open our kids' room and expand back here, I said I wanted a Books Are Magical themed mural, and that was all the direction that I gave them, and this is what they came up with, which is one of my favorite spaces in the building.
Well, I think it would be mine too if you had a big pillowy cushion back here.
Oh, right?
You would see me.
I'd never get anything done if I did that, yeah.
Well, we're in the romance section,
Yes.
and Nicole likes romance, as all of us do. So,
This is definitely our store favorite section. All of the employees who work here, we all love romance, so we love to recommend them. And one of our favorite things is being able to have local authors. And so one of our favorite romance authors is actually from Grand Rapids, Megan Pierce, and it was one of our bestsellers last year. It was, I think books 1 and 2 were both in our top 10 of bestsellers last year, which was really exciting.
romance.
Romance. Everyone loves it.